big trends that you feel like on the micro level that's kind of like impact venture investing in the coming 2025?
I think rates are the biggest one, and it's been so interesting throughout the last few months, right? We saw the Fed first lower rates back in September, and then again in November. And I think that's driven, a bunch of the venture activity that we've seen really through the fall, but especially I think sort of post the beginning of November, it really felt like things started to pick up, especially in later stage investing land. And it's hard to believe that some of that isn't at least partially driven by rates and sort of the signal that we're seeing from the Fed. And then I think we've been saying for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, maybe even last decade, I don't know. Every year it's like, okay, this year is going to open the floodgates for the IPOs. And some years that happens and some years it doesn't, but especially the last few years, that's kind of been the theme of the fall. And I don't know, I'm optimistic. Maybe I sound like a broken record, but I'm optimistic that that's going to be the case for next year. The combination of those two things are going to drive a really good, both in the M&A environment in 2025, but also in IPOs. And that, of course, ends up flowing through into later stage investing. I always say that the early stage investing scene is probably 6 to 12 months behind later stage. And so we'll see how much it impacts seed and series A investing. My guess is that if it does, it'll be a laggard. But we've already seen, I think, seed and series A, start to pick up